The world of Vikings is full of chilling mysteries. Unveiling a dark side often overlooked, this video uncovers unsettling truths about the cosmos, shedding light on the Norse's morbid perspectives on life and death. Brace yourself for an exploration of creepy facts that range from discomforting revelations to downright grotesque encounters. Sunstones. According to medieval texts and Norse sagas, sunstones were said to be mystical crystals that the Vikings used as navigational aids. These stones were believed to possess the ability to locate the position of the sun even when it was obscured by clouds, fog, or other atmospheric conditions. The Vikings, known for their seafaring prowess, were said to rely on these sunstones to navigate their ships across vast expanses of the ocean. The exact nature and composition of these sunstones remain unclear. Some theories propose that the Vikings used naturally occurring crystals, such as Icelandic spar, a type of transparent calcite, as sunstones. These crystals have unique optical properties that allow them to polarize light, making it possible to determine the sun's position even in overcast conditions. The idea of using sunstones for navigation has captured the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and even modern-day enthusiasts. While there is limited direct archaeological evidence of sunstones, experiments and studies have suggested that Vikings may have possessed a sophisticated understanding of light and its interaction with various materials. Odins Eye. Contrary to popular belief, Odin, though portrayed as the most significant Norse deity in literature, was not widely revered and had a limited following among poets, shamans, and kings. Known for practicing satyr, a form of magic deemed unbecoming of men, Odin held dominion over frenzy, betrayal, death, inspiration, and wisdom. One of his profound obsessions was the pursuit of knowledge, which led him to dispatch his trusted ravens, thought and memory, in search of news from around the world. Legends depict Odin's relentless quest for the universe's secrets, where he made great sacrifices. To gain foresight, he willingly forfeited an eye, drinking from a mystical well only to discover his unavoidable fate. However, Odin's pursuit did not stop there. In his quest to master the runes, a powerful system of magical writing imbued with immense power, he resorted to piercing himself with a spear and hanging from a tree for 9 arduous days and nights. This ordeal left an indelible mark, prompting sacrifices to Odin in a similar manner, including a few kings whose subjects grew weary of their ruler's shortcomings, commemorating Odin's sacrifice. Ulfberht Swords. What makes these swords truly remarkable is their advanced metallurgical composition. Crafting a sword during the Viking Age was no easy task, but the Ulfberht Swords took it to another level. It's as if the Viking blacksmiths behind these blades possessed an ancient wisdom and mastery of metalworking that was far ahead of their time. The Ulfberht swords were forged using high-carbon crucible steel, a process that involved melting and refining iron with carbon-rich materials such as charcoal in a carefully controlled environment. This technique resulted in blades of exceptional strength, flexibility, and sharpness, characteristics that were unprecedented during that era. These swords were renowned for their superior performance on the battlefield. Vikings who wielded Ulfberht swords had a distinct advantage, as their weapons could deliver devastating blows while retaining their sharpness for extended periods. The Ulfberht swords became a symbol of status and power, prized possessions of warriors who valued not only their striking appearance but also their exceptional functionality. But despite the significance and influence of Ulfberht swords, their origin remains a captivating mystery. Historians and archaeologists have pondered over the identity of the skilled blacksmiths responsible for creating such extraordinary weapons. Some theories suggest that the Ulfberht swords were produced by a specific group of master craftsmen, while others propose a more widespread trade and distribution of the blades across Viking territories. Norns. The Norns, known as Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld, were believed to reside at the base of Yggdrasil, the cosmic tree that connected the 9 realms of Norse mythology. These enigmatic beings, often depicted as ancient women with profound wisdom, held immense power over the lives of mortals. They were said to shape and determine the length, quality, and outcome of a person's existence. While Urd represented the past, Verdandi embodied the present, and Skuld personified the future. Together, they weaved and measured the threads of fate, deciding the fortune or misfortune that awaited each individual. What makes the Norns particularly unsettling is their inscrutable nature. It was believed that even the gods themselves were subject to their influence, unable to escape the web of destiny. The Norns could alter the course of events, but their motivations and intentions remained a mystery, leaving mortals and deities alike in a state of uncertainty and trepidation. Erik Bloodaxe. This intriguing tale has fascinated many with its blend of history and legend. The name Bloodaxe itself evokes an image of a fearsome Viking warrior, a figure of both awe and terror. The rumor revolves around the existence of a Viking ruler known as Erik Bloodaxe, or Erik Bloodaxe in Old Norse. According to the sagas and historical accounts, Erik Bloodaxe was a renowned Viking leader who held power in Norway during the 10th century. He was said to have earned his gruesome moniker due to his ferocity in battle and the bloodshed that accompanied his conquests. Erik Bloodaxe's reign is believed to have been marked by intense rivalries and power struggles within the Viking aristocracy. His ascension to the throne, his conflicts with other Viking chieftains, and his eventual downfall have been sources of fascination and speculation. The details of Erik Bloodaxe's life, however, are shrouded in uncertainty and mixed with legends. The sagas and historical accounts often blend historical events with embellishments, making it challenging to separate fact from fiction. Some argue that Erik Bloodaxe's portrayal may have been exaggerated or romanticized over time, transforming him into a larger-than-life figure. Nonetheless, the Viking Bloodaxe rumor has persisted, capturing the imagination of those intrigued by Viking history and the tales of formidable Viking leaders. Erik Bloodaxe, whether a historical figure or a product of legend, represents the indomitable spirit and prowess of the Viking warriors, leaving an enduring legacy in the annals of Viking lore. Draugr. One of the creepiest Viking mysteries lies within the enigmatic concept of the Draugr. The Draugr were undead creatures, often depicted as reanimated corpses or ghosts, haunting burial grounds and the homes of the living. Believed to possess superhuman strength and the ability to shapeshift, these malevolent beings were said to guard their treasures, wreak havoc on the living, and even carry diseases. Legend has it that the Draugr would emerge from their graves, adorned in burial shrouds and dripping with putrid decay, to terrorize their former communities. Their supernatural powers allowed them to manipulate the weather, control animals, and inflict curses upon unsuspecting victims. It was believed that they could enter homes through keyholes or even through solid walls, bringing with them an aura of death and decay. The methods to protect oneself from the Draugr varied. These precautions included placing iron objects near graves to prevent their resurrection, burying the deceased with their weapons to keep them occupied in the afterlife, and sealing doors and windows with sacred symbols or runes. Even so, encounters with the Draugr were said to be bone-chilling, leaving witnesses paralyzed with fear. The tales of the Draugr not only instilled terror but also served as a cautionary reminder of the consequences of greed and disrespect for the dead. These unsettling Viking mysteries reflect the deep-rooted fears and beliefs of a society where the boundary between the living and the dead was blurred, and where the supernatural and the mundane intertwined in haunting ways. Ragnarok. Prepare yourself for the most bone-chilling prophecy in Norse mythology. Ragnarok, the dreadful doom of the gods. This foretold tale, unyielding even to the mighty Odin, haunts the Norse legends. According to their beliefs, an age of axes, swords, tempestuous winds, and ravenous wolves would precede the ultimate downfall of the world. 3 years of devastation, marked by chaos, famine, and disease, would culminate in an apocalyptic war, pitting the gods against a legion of chaos, including vengeful giants, colossal serpents, and the unleashed wrath of Loki. In this climactic battle, revered deities such as Odin, Thor, Freya, and Tyr would meet their tragic demise, while the monstrous fire giant Sur would reduce the entire world to smoldering ashes, claiming the lives of almost all living beings. Yet, amidst this terrifying prophecy, a faint glimmer of hope flickers within the ancient verses of the Völuspá. In its closing lines, this poignant poem hints at a new dawn rising from the ruins of the old. A renewed world would emerge, where surviving gods and humans would rebuild their homes and rediscover lost wisdom. A mysterious and powerful lord would appear, heralding an era of order, righteous governance, and eternal laws. The chilling saga of Ragnarok leaves us contemplating the fragile nature of existence, the inevitability of cosmic cataclysms, and the eternal cycle of creation and destruction. It serves as a chilling reminder that even the mightiest gods must face their demise, and that from the ashes of annihilation, a glimmer of hope may arise, promising the dawn of a new and enigmatic era.